three big themes at the UN. We've got Iran, we've got Brexit, and we've got climate change. Can I begin with Brexit? Boris Johnson's had to fly back. In Spain, you have very generously said that you will give benefits to Britons living in Spain, but you stress that that should be reciprocal, that Spanish people living in Britain should get the same deal. Have you had any sign that Britain is prepared to do that? Do you trust Boris Johnson to deliver that?
I had the opportunity to meet him in Biarritz in the summit of G7, and we have a conversation that was really positive. I think that will guarantee the rights and also the freedom of our citizens in the UK and in Spain.
Because Spain's economy is very affected by Brexit, arguably the third most affected after Britain and Ireland.
It is indeed. It's one of the major economies in the European Union, and of course is touched by the Brexit. We receive a lot of tourism coming from Britain, and we appreciate the British tourism, and that is why it's so important for us to be ready in case that we have a no-deal Brexit.
Another sort of big issue in Brexit at the moment is the Scottish. If the Scots decide, if the British leave, perhaps in a no deal, and then the Scots then have a referendum. The last time there was a referendum about Scottish independence, Spain made it very clear they didn't want Scotland to rejoin the European Union. In your view, if Scotland said, we want to come back to the European Union if Britain has left, would Spain now be more welcoming?
Well, it's a very tough question. I think it's a domestic political issue, and I respect the British politics. No, we are following very closely what is happening in Brexit. We have also our territorial tensions, coexistent problems in Catalonia. I always explain the pro-independence movement in Catalonia that the referendum is not a solution. It divides societies. It creates a huge fracture in societies, and it doesn't give a positive, a constructive way out. I think it's much better to open a dialogue in order to restore and rebuild coexistence.
So if Britain left the European Union and the Scots were thinking about going independent, Spain wouldn't necessarily be very supportive of that?
We will think about it.